Spindle follow. Ooh. Hi everyone, my name is Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading, and today I'm coming to you with my winter TBR. These are 5 books that I would love to get to over the next couple of months during the winter. They have wintry vibes, and I'd really love to get them off my Kindle or off my shelves. I have 2 physical books I'd like to get to and 3 Kindle books. I think most of the Kindle books are from Stuff Your Kindle Day, but there is one that is not. It's one that I picked up, I think when it was on for like a 99-cent deal. I can't quite remember. All of these really just give me the wintry feel. Anyway, let's dive in and see what I would like to read this winter. Also, I apologize if the lighting kind of changes throughout this video. It's sunny, but also cloudy today. So the sun's going behind clouds, it's moving in and out, but this is what I have to film, so we're just gonna go with it. So the first book I'm gonna talk about is a book I did get for Stuff Your Kindle Day, and that's Pining for You by T.S. Enke. This is a male-male holiday romance, and I'm very excited to get to it. This follows Mason and a reef. Mason has done something that has ended him up in the tabloids yet again, but he's lost his inheritance and he has nowhere to go. He's just broken up from his boyfriend, but he still returns to the condo that they shared in the hopes of just having a place to stay while everything kind of calms down. When he arrives, he finds a reef, which is his ex's best friend, and obviously a romance will ensue while they share this condo together. The book says, the weather outside is frightful, but the sparks between them are delightful. I have really high hopes for this book. It sounds like a fun holiday romance. Fingers crossed. The next book I'd like to get to is Winter Glass by Alexa Hilliard. This is the second and final book in the Spindlefire series. So I'm not going to look at the synopsis of this because it will probably spoil what happens in Spindlefire, but I will tell you what Spindlefire is about, which, might I add, I have not read Spindlefire as of putting this on, so I kind of need to read both books. Spindlefire follows Isabel and Aurora. They are sisters. It is obviously a little bit of a Sleeping Beauty retelling, and it all starts with the burning of spindles. Aurora pricks her finger, falls into a deep sleep, and Isabel needs to save her sister. She goes on a journey to find the one prince that can wake up her sister, and that's what we follow. In the second book, I don't know what we follow, but I'm assuming something that comes after the first. Another book I got for Stuff Your Kindle Day is Sugar and Snow by Irene Davis. This is obviously a Nutcracker retelling, and we follow Marie. No one really believes Marie's story of going to this magical world and the Nutcracker and the Mouse King, until someone, a friend of her brother's, shows up at their Christmas party and says she needs to return because the Mouse King is looking for one of his crowns. This is a little bit different though, because when she does return, what side will she be on? Will she still be on the side of the Nutcracker, or will she side with the Mouse King? It's kind of like a villain redemption story, and I'm interested to see how that goes and see kind of how we can redeem the Mouse King in this book. And does that make the Nutcracker the evil party? I have questions. I'm interested. I need to know. The Book Club Hotel by Sarah Morgan is a fairly new acquisition to my shelves. I got it in my last book haul. It is definitely a winter book though, and I would really like to get to it this season. This is set at the Maple Sugar Inn, which is run by Hetty and Brett. However, Brent died right before the inn opened, and Hetty has been having to kind of struggle to keep it going ever since. And this seems to have happened pretty recently as the start of this book. Hetty's friends and her fellow book club members come to the inn and help her kind of move forward, help her kind of rebuild her life, and help her keep the inn running while she's kind of mourning the loss of her husband. This is a book that's not necessarily something I would normally pick up, but a book about books is something that kind of I'm always gravitated towards no matter what. So I'm hoping to like this, but it is a little bit more in the women's fiction category, so I'm not sure if I will, but I'm excited to give it a try. So the last book that is on this TBR is one that I think I got, like I said, for like a 99-cent deal, and it's A Winter's Promise Darkness. This is the first book in a series, which I'm trying not to start series, but this has been sitting on my Kindle for almost a year and it's been on my TBR even longer than that. So I would kind of really like to dip my toe into this series. So the world has basically broken apart in this book into many different floating islands, and they are called arcs. And each arc kind of has its own power and its own way of like dealing with things. It seems to have its own magic. That's what I'm getting from the synopsis anyway. In this book, we follow Ophelia, and she lives on an arc where all objects have souls, and she has the power to communicate with the souls of objects. However, she has now been promised to Thorn and now has to go to a new island, the Ark of Pole, and she doesn't know why she's chosen, but I think there's probably a reason, and we will discover it through this book of why she needs to go there. But there's also a little bit of portal fantasy going on with being able to travel through mirrors and these different types of magic systems depending on what island you're on. So it seems a bit complex, but it's a pretty long series, so I'm sure we'll cover a lot of the magic throughout each book. And I'm pretty interested to see kind of how it pans out. I've heard really good things about the first few books in the series, not the best things about the last few books in the series. So we'll see what I feel about it as I make my way through. But those are the 5 books that are on my winter TBR that I would like to get to before spring. Let me know if there's some books that you'd like to read this winter. I would love to hear kind of what's on your horizons. What are you keeping an eye on? What is something that has piqued your interest for the winter? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.